Welcome to the Charleston Marketing Podcast, brought to you by the Charleston AMA and broadcasting from our friends at Charleston Media Solutions Studios. Thanks to our awesome sponsors at CMS, we get to chat with the cool folks making waves in Charleston. From business and art to hospitality and tech, these movers and shakers choose to call the Lowcountry home. They live here, work here, and make a difference here. So what's their story? Let's find out together.
Hey folks, Mike Compton here with Charleston Marketing Podcast. We're live streaming here at Dig South.
Yeah.
We're interviewing all the who's who here at Dig South today.
Yes.
And Stephanie, say hello to Stephanie.
Hey
here.
guys,
she's been
Stephanie,
here all day with me.
I have been here all day as well, so we're having a good time.
Stephanie owns what?
Stephanie Barrow Consulting, a digital marketing strategy agency here in Charleston. I've been involved in the AMA for 6 years, so we're having a good time.
Ex-president of AMA, yeah, and then I'm actually current president of Roomba.
President.
You what? What did I say?
Past president. You said next.
Next president?
He
She
needs
wants
some
to do it
caffeine.
again.
We've been going hard all day in the best way possible, having a great time meeting cool people like you.
Aaron
Thank you.
Bumgarner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did I say that right, Aaron?
You did. Yep.
Look at
Yep.
that.
Yep.
What
You have
are
a very
doing
snazzy
here?
shirt on, by the way.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, let's
Okay,
talk about
let's
it.
talk about why you're
let's
here.
figure that out together, bud.
So I am here. I was speaking today.
Oh,
with,
okay.
I did a fireside chat with Stanfield, Gray. And,
He's terrible, by the way.
He
What a
is
bummer of a
terrible.
guy that guy is.
I know.
Does anybody even like him?
Yeah.
I do. I like him.
I mean, I'm kidding, right? I'm being facetious.
he's-
The
yes,
dude
yes.
is awesome.
He is awesome.
He's a who. You know that, right?
Yeah.
He's a who.
He is a hoot. Yes.
And so I am a native of North Carolina.
Okay.
And so I grew up in Granite Falls, North Carolina.
All right.
About an hour and a half northwest of Charlotte.
Okay.
And so I split my time between Richmond, Virginia, Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, and Blowing Rock, North Carolina.
Wow.
near
Beautiful
where I'm
country
from.
you got there.
Beautiful.
You're from
Yeah.
Virginia, aren't you?
I am. I'm from Williamsburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Good
So
old Busch
what were you
Garden.
speaking on today, bud?
So I am CEO and founder of Outside Global Incorporated, based in Lenore, North Carolina, and we also have another company called Yakin Inc., which I'm chairman and founder of that company.
What are these things? What do these
And
companies do?
so what we do is we tokenize land on blockchain, agriculture land and forest land, to build land into a liquid and tradable digital asset. That's what we do.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
You're gonna have to break it
Say
down
more.
now. I think you went right over my head. Here we go.
So think about it this way. We can take a tract of land and tokenize it into a digital asset with a certain number, a specific number of digital tokens, for example, 1 million. And we can take those 1 million tokens that represent ownership of that land and essentially launch them into centralized and decentralized exchanges. For example, Coinbase is one that we're working very closely with. And we can take those million tokens and put them on Coinbase and create a way for anybody in the world to buy and sell and trade those tokens and own that land.
Do you know Coinbase?
Yeah.
Bitcoin? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
So in other words, we can set up a way for the land to be traded using Bitcoin, USDC, or Ethereum.
USDC.
Yep, USDC.
It's similar to Bitcoin.
Okay.
So
We're not. You don't want to buy. Like, this is a different way of buying land.
it's a different way of building liquidity into land that
Okay.
has never existed without blockchain. It's a different way to buy land. It's a different way to sell land. It's a different way to conserve and monetize land as well.
You can add value to the land.
You can add value to the land.
This is what we're talking about.
That's
here,
correct.
Really cool.
That's correct.
So let's say I have my house, and I have a house, right?
Yeah.
So I got the mortgage, whatever. Now then I add these Bitcoins, or
So we'll
to my
use
property?
your house for example. You own a house
Uh-huh.
and you have the real estate that the house lies on, right?
Yeah.
There's a deed and title to your house.
Yep, correct.
So we can take that deed and title, build it into a fungible, tradable token,
Okay.
wrap it with Bitcoin, and we can say, okay, here's your 1 million tokens that represent ownership of your house.
Yeah.
And then we can build a liquidity pool for that house to trade on an exchange or multiple exchanges.
Can you swap houses with different coins?
You could that might
not
be
yet.
another podcast.
Not
Let's
yet.
get a
Okay,
little
that's
bit
another
into-
podcast.
let's
All
get a
right.
little bit
I've
into the
tried.
weeds.
Good idea. Good idea.
So,
Okay, I like it.
But
Super
essentially,
interesting.
we can say, okay, here's your 1 million tokens for your house,
Yeah.
and you can then say, you know what, I'm going to sell 5% of my house, so I'm going to sell 5% of those tokens,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
50,000 tokens.
Yeah.
And you're going to sell them into the exchange, into the global market on blockchain.
Yep.
And you're going to receive Bitcoin in return.
Yeah.
And so essentially that's a very simplistic way of looking at it.
Yeah. Well, that's how I am. I'm simple.
And so,
I'm a simple guy. I need that. I need that
know,
simple way.
You have to, in our case, what we do is we use land in this model because we can drive revenue from the land to give that token holder something of value.
Yeah.
And so essentially that value is we can either pay the token holders revenue from that land, or we can, for example, take the revenues that are derived from that land, reinvest them back into the land to add value to that equity token holder.
Different way of getting money out of your house.
Different, yeah.
That is neat.
That is pretty cool.
And how long has this been a thing in the economy?
So I started the company in January 2019. We started as a traditional land investment company, and we pivoted to blockchain in 2021. We started learning about it in late 2020.
Okay. And how did you come up with this idea? Who's coming up with this idea?
So I came up with the idea.
All right, man. There you go.
We were trying to monetize a tract of land that we own in Virginia, and we what we wanted to do was to figure out how to drive revenue from that land in a much more efficient and quicker way than what the traditional models offer, whether it's from monetizing the biodiversity credit opportunity on the land, carbon credits, conservation, niche renewable energy, tiny home rentals, whatever it may be.
Sure.
And so I read an article about the metaverse in late 2020, and the company called, I think, the Sandbox. I think they're based out of the UK.
Okay.
And they had sold hundreds of millions of dollars of virtual land in the metaverse in late 2020. And we were trying to raise $13 million for 8,000 acres of real land in Virginia and North Carolina. And I said, this just makes no sense to me.
Sure.
And so, this company is selling virtual land, what I call pretend land, and we're trying to monetize real land. So I figured out how to take a lot of what the metaverse had created and that demand and how they did that, and we brought real land into the equation, essentially is what we did. And we really, 2021, 22, 23 is when we
you're
really...
doing this primarily in Virginia.
So we actually own land in North Carolina and Virginia. We're working on some opportunities outside of Virginia, South Carolina, Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, and some stuff outside the United States as well.
Nice.
So are people finding you online, or how are people coming to you?
People find us primarily online, through social media platforms, through networking.
What are those?
Podcasts, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook.
What's your handle, though?
TikTok. Oh, gosh, I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Okay, so the name of the business again was?
Outside Global and Yakin Inc., YADKIN. Yakin is so we actually own 1,000 acres right outside of Boiling Rock, North Carolina, which is the headwaters of the Yakin River. We own the land where the headwaters form,
I see.
Which turns into the PD River that flows all the way down to Georgetown, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
That is neat.
No wonder you're a big fisherman.
That's what brought you here.
That's
awesome.
what brought us here. Yep.
That's
So
awesome.
we're gonna really
revolutionize the real estate
We're going to
industry.
focus on the Yakin PD River Basin. We had the opportunity to work with Hunt Broyhill Furniture in Lenore, North Carolina, where I'm from, to acquire that land to do a stock swap with him. So he's now second largest shareholder in the company. So
cool.
we're working together to really drive a story around that land. We're working with Eric Church, Whiskey Gypsy brand, and on the Yakin.
Cool.
So yeah.
How can else we help you? What do you need from
help get the word out?
So good question. So I'm looking for potential partners here that can really help us build out the platform, the technology platform.
Okay.
To help us work with find other landowners to help them build their land and tokenize it into a digital asset.
Yeah. We
are and in the same platform, we're working on ways to utilize artificial intelligence, AI, into to identifying those landowners, identifying the revenue opportunities, et cetera. We really want to implement a lot of artificial intelligence into it.
Sure.
We're working in a very antiquated industry, which is land investing globally, but it's a huge industry.
Yeah.
And so We are seeking to connect with other landowners, particularly in this region and in the Yadkin PD River Basin and beyond, that understand what we're doing and have an interest in it and want to learn about it and talk about opportunities to work together.
Yeah.
We're not raising capital, but we're always looking for investors that are very strategic to have a conversation with.
Amazing.
And so, we're the right strategic investor, we could be open to raising capital.
Yeah. All right.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, you hear that, listeners?
Yep.
Now, if you know anybody or you yourself, get a hold of Aaron. What a great mission, Aaron. Thanks for sharing your story, man.
Thank you so much.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully see you some more at Dig South today.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, thank you to our sponsors, Charleston Media Group,
Charleston American Marketing Association,
Dig
South,
Kaz and Larry.
Yeah,
I'm just going to keep his last name out of it. Monteith. And
we're excited to be here. We're going to take
we've
a
got
short
another.
break.
We've got a queue here, so we've got a half hour left, and we've got a bunch of people over there.
10,
so we have to go to like the 10-minute interviews here in a minute.
All right. Well, this was a lot to cover, so thank you for being
Yeah.
here. This
Thank
was
you.
very,
Super
very
interesting.
interesting.
Super interesting, Aaron. Thank you. Good luck to you, boss.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.